Okay, next one. So what are some of these natural remedies we can use? And this will be supplementally based. We'll start with these guys, and then we'll go through a really new technology that's coming out. So excited for, because it's time. Now there's other treatments out there, like the blood IV guy, who actually, it's kind of like a dialysis for the blood or changing your blood oil. You can pull out proteins and things that get circulated through your blood, but they're harder to get a hold of these units, and they're probably a little bit pricey. So remedies for spike protein clearance would be, and again, it kind of gets to be a handful. Do you need all of these? Maybe not, which is why testing is important. But you can usually use some supplements that have multiple layers of these. Okay, so nattokinase. That's going to help these proteolytic enzymes will help take down these fibrous material, um, like clots and so forth, which is trending with spike proteins. They create these microclotting issues from the lungs to the vascular system and so forth. Also serrapeptase. That's another one. You'll find some of your like Quicksilver products will have serrapeptase in it. And then nattokinase, you can actually buy just nattokinase and take that like in the evening before you go to bed. Some people need a ton of it because they've never dealt with any spike proteins, and some people need a little bit less. It just depends on the current state of that person's health. Okay, antioxidants. One of my favorite is glutathione. I love glutathione. It actually helps detox your brain. It helps detox heavy metals, but it helps to regulate that neutrophil activation. So it will clear these oxidative stressors out of the body. Now, Quicksilver, I like theirs. They have a pump because you're holding it in your mouth, getting it absorbed through your salivary glands, and then it's ready and available for brain and through the vagal nerve. Okay, next one. Quercetin, curcumin, and resveratrol. Those are all really good antioxidants. You can find sometimes combinations of all them together. You can find them individually. Quercetin is also a mitochondrial activator. So interestingly enough, that one will definitely help with increasing the ATP production in your cell at a very basic level. I included in milk thistle NAC. So N-acetylcysteine actually helps repair damage done by viruses and spike protein. So if you're taking a liver support and you're not taking NAC, you could be getting a little bit of damage to the liver. Or if you're using, which I'll go through in a minute, a very controversial, well, I can't say that word very well, a controversial compound, which we'll talk in a minute, that if you're not taking that, the body's going to have some of these deleterious effects in the liver. So some scarring happening in the liver. So we want to make sure that we're protecting it and the bile is dropping out and we're not causing damage to the liver, which is our filter of our blood and nutrients to our body. We want a healthy liver. Okay, immune system modulators. And these are pretty basic. There are a whole host of immune system modulators, but I love the nano-size zinc. I also love Barlow's zinc because it's a liquid and it gets easy absorbed through the mouth. Vitamin D, which you can get from sunlight, which is your best source, period. Early morning sunshine, you avoid all the UVB, UVC, the toxins, or I should say I don't want to say it's unbeneficial, but if you're not getting that morning sun, you're more likely to have skin cancer show up if you're just getting midday sun. So I won't go into the details of how that works, but vitamin C, which you can get in lemons, grapefruit, your berries, some vegetables. Of course, you can also supplement and take like Radiant C from Synergy Company. That's a phenomenal immune regulator. You can take Mercola's liposomal vitamin C, another great product. And then next one for immune modulation, melatonin. So melatonin, again, helps typically with the long haul COVID aspect, which will help regulate. It's an antioxidant as well, melatonin is. Our body naturally produces melatonin, but if we're not getting sunlight in the morning or sunset in the evening, and we're getting blue screen all day long or for hours at a time, whether it's our cell phone or computers, melatonin production will be delayed or be blunted. So you can supplement, like Natural Factors has a sublingual one. They have oral sprays you can use, which helps at bedtime. But these would be things that would help clear the spike proteins. Also, medicinal mushrooms. So reishi, turkey tail, those are good. I love mushroom escamate. It's from Superfood Science. That one helps to like basically modulate, which means not overactivate anything, but prime the cells to do their job and do it well. Does it fix everything in the body? Not necessarily, but it is a stellar product. So it's called Mushroom Escamate from Superfood Science. Okay, next remedy. CoQ10 for mitochondrial repair. PQQ. That one is an agent that helps with circulation and support. You'll see that in a lot of fertility remedies or protocols. And then magnesium malate, or you can use a blend that has some malate in it, but that will all help support the mitochondria repair and help pull off the spike protein. B complex. So again, we talked about the methyl group. Those just are better off altogether having either a food sourced B vitamin or like Quicksilver, and I'm going after them a lot today just because they're on the top of my head. They have all their products have a methyl group to it. So it's like methylcobalamin, methylfolate. And so that donation will help the detoxification of the cell better than just your traditional cyanocobalamin or folate or folic acid. Number 5 would be binders. So these are going to help bind to heavy metals, which create a low oxygen environment, which is where these lingering toxins tend to hang out in. It's hard to know exactly where in your body these might be lingering and why they're there. But they could be in an organ, they could be in the brain. And so daily kind of binding detoxing is not a bad idea. Whether you're sweating, like you could daily detox to improve your energy. That could be sweating outside, exercising. Breath work helps you detox. Saunas help you detox. But when we're talking about metals and environmental toxins, these tend to make sure they grab it and evacuate it. Okay, I didn't say castor oil packs. So you could use castor oil packs on your abdomen, and you can use like slow lymphatic movement, which is basically like body brushing. You're just lightly brushing your body, and you're bringing it towards your heart. And I know this is a lot of information, and it's really how bad is your state, right? How bad is your fatigue? And in relationship to you having had COVID, and you're going to have spike proteins, whether you like it or not, you got to handle them. The next one is antivirals, antimicrobials, olive leaf, oregano, andrographis, black cumin seed, mushroom escamate is another one in there. And these will help different aspects of viruses. So you might have reoccurring EBV, which is Epstein-Barr virus. You might have reoccurring cytomegalic virus, which is creating this chronic fatigue. And so these sit dormant. And like I said, stressors or other viruses can actually trump and activate those. And then the problem comes in where now you're like, I don't know why I was feeling good and now I'm not. So this persistent spike protein and coronavirus, which is the attachment to COVID-19, will create these a dysregulation of energy in your body. And so fighting it with the right things is pretty important. Okay, next. This is the one you all are going to be, well, I mean, I've talked about this before, but it's not common. It's becoming more common.